episode of Confessions with Lo. Before we get into the video, make sure you are subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and turn on your post bell notifications. Okay, let's get into it. So our girl Tay is back, like I told y'all from last week. And this one says, my best friend stole my tree. So she said, hey Lo, it's Tay, you know how we rock. Like this, yes. I really don't have to say too much. I love you, girl. This is another long one, so let's get into the story. Disclaimer, yes, this story is petty. Y'all know Tay is petty. You don't have to tell her in the comments. She already know. Remember from the one story time with the, from the one confession with the Nike bag, we know she is petty. We know. She said, I don't care. If I did care though, it wouldn't be a story to tell. This story has been crossing my mind because it's so recent, so I wanted to send it in. I also want to take a break from talking about hips. This story is about my ex-best friend, Vaseline. This takes place during my birthday week, June of this year. My birthday is June 20th. A day before my birthday, Vaseline got stood up by a guy she was talking to. I don't want to put too much of her business out there, but I gave her money for food. This comes up later. For my birthday, I have been planning to go drunk bowling for at least a month in advance. Why everybody be saying they be going drunk bowling? I want to go drunk bowling. It sounds like a vibe. I want to do that. Even though I suck at bowling sober, I know it'd be so funny if I was drunk. Anyways, she said, my granny threw me a soul food dinner for my birthday before I went bowling. Vaseline arrives in jogging pants, slides, and a shirt. I understand it's not your birthday, but I feel like you still dress appropriately for your friend's birthday. I want to talk about the TikTok girl with the birthday. That's too much. We're not even gonna get into it. I'm just keep my opinions to myself. She said, I didn't say anything though. I just kept it pushing. After the dinner, Handsome, my boyfriend, my friend and I got in Handsome's car to go pick up my other friend while Vaseline went home and got some socks. Before Handsome got in the car, he had a short conversation with Vaseline. When he got in the car, he told me it seemed like she didn't really want to drive to go bowling, but I blew it off because she didn't say anything to me. While I was picking up my friend, she texted me asking if I would be mad if she didn't come. I'm instantly irritated because she knew my plans but waited until the last minute to say something, but had no issue coming to get a plate. Ooh, yeah. In hindsight, she was dressed the way she was because she never planned on going bowling. Handsome offered to pay for her because he didn't want me to be upset. Handsome ended up paying everybody's way, the liquor and the tree. I didn't know until afterwards, or else I would have said something. Afterwards, I got my comments from my friends saying that they felt like it was their birthday as well, and I just didn't like that. My point is, Vaseline didn't pay for anything on my birthday. Friday, June 23rd comes around, and Vaseline invites me to take... Why I just had a feeling that I just was not recording. I was going to be so irritated. Anyways, Friday, June 23rd comes around and Vaseline invites me to the lake with her and two mutual friends and their boyfriends because she didn't want to be the only single person. She asked if I had any tree for the trip because she only had 2 blunts. Handsome gave me 8 grams on my birthday. I smoked about 2 grams, so I was leaving with 6. I told her I had some and sent her a picture of it. She didn't have money for wood, so I Apple paid her the money. 8 grams is more than enough for 2 people. We were the only ones that smoked, so I didn't expect to use all of my tree, and I made that clear. Everybody rode in one car to pick me up, so it was full. I chose to sit on the floor in between Vaseline's legs instead of sitting on her lap. All of these details are important. We got to the lake. I was lit with nails on, so I gave my tree jar to Vaseline to roll. While on the lake, she was not close to me, and I was not able to hold the wood for as long because of my nails. She was smoking way more than me. I can remember one wood in the car, and during this time, she was comparing our tree, saying mine was better. Then we smoked 3 woods on the beach. Once again, I was barely smoking because she was not near me to pass and I had on nails. After the lake, everybody wanted to go to McDonald's, and being the good friend that I am, I offered to pay because I didn't want her to be hungry. On the way to McDonald's, she rolled another wood. Dang, y'all blowing it down. Mind you, I'm drunk as a skunk and I'm just going with the flow, not putting 2 and 2 together. I get home and I ask for my tree jar back, and she struggles to find it at first but eventually gives it to me. I get in the house and my jar is empty. No nug, no shade, no nothing. I'm immediately sober now, going back to the picture I took before I left. Funny because this happened the same day I sent my first story to you and I said I was drunk. Oh my gosh. I told my boyfriend and coworker about the incident and they told me I needed to say something because she stole from me and I could no longer trust her. I was hurt by her actions and she began to feel like a leech because I was giving so much to her and she stole from me. She literally could have asked. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you seem like the type of friend, like, just ask for some and I'll give it to you. Like, stealing from me is crazy. While taking time to gather my thoughts, I lightly ghosted. I was finna call this girl Gasoline. I lightly ghosted Vaseline because I couldn't have regular conversations with her, but I didn't know how to address the situation. I felt and hurt myself, so I told her, but I didn't feel like she cared, so that's when I completely ghosted her. She texted me asking what was wrong, so when I gave her the rundown, y'all know Tay gonna send a screenshot, so she said screenshots 1 through 2 between Vaseline and I. Hold on. So Tay said, hold on, they gotta load. Tay said, Vaseline said, I'm saying you was asleep. Tay said, no, I was trying to kill a ladybug on the ceiling and I just fell. I was standing on the side part. Vaseline said, you good? Vaseline sent that on June 29th. Tay laughed at it. On June 30th, Vaseline sent a question mark. Tay laughed at it. On July 2nd, Vaseline said, what you doing? What's the problem now? Tay laughed at both of these messages. So Tay said, I just don't like that you roll/smoke literally all my weed that I told you my boyfriend got for my birthday. Why would I want to go home with nothing? I literally said we only need half woods. Only need half woods, and I know you had to roll way more than that because I got home and ain't have shit. I literally had to buy some more weed the next day. Like my birthday wasn't in the same week. Motherfuckers ain't leave me a gram, a nug, a little shake, shit. I was drunk as fuck, but I still wouldn't have thought you would have rolled all my shit. You couldn't have had 2 Dutches worth of all my weed to be gone. That was literally a gift. I don't know what your thought process was, but it didn't make sense. I paid for your food, you ain't asked, I ain't tripped, but it was definitely a smack in my face to see all my weed gone. No point in going back and forth about it. What's done is done. And as my friend, I don't think I should have had to tell you not to roll all my weed. That's my own fault for not watching my stuff and just trusting you to be on what I was on, honestly. So I really can't be mad. And Vaseline just liked the message. Okay. Damn. So Tay said, now this is where I might be the villain. Y'all, this shit is bothering me. Now this is where I might be the villain, but I regret nothing, laughed my ass off. Instead of replying, Vaseline left me on red for 24 hours. I see her posting on Instagram, so I reposted everything she posted in my close friends, making it relate to me until it actually did. She then liked the message where I told her what she did, and I laughed at all her messages she sent prior. Yes, that was very petty and unnecessary, but don't leave me on red after asking me what's wrong. Screenshot 3 is one of the posts that I reposted. So Tay put in her close friends, you go low, I go where the submarine at. And Tay said, okay, that's why I can't say too much, God working on me. Lord. Okay. I decided to take another step and diss her. Not to tell all of her business, but I have my own apartment, car, and job. So I posted on me singing, unlike you broke ass niggas, I actually achieved my goals on my close friends. And then I fell asleep on the couch for about 2 hours. When I woke up, I saw that Vaseline sent me a book an hour before I woke up. See attached screenshot 4 through 6. Tay, side note, girl, you are so pretty. So Vaseline said, ooh, y'all, it's long. You've never been a real friend. That's why you have none. If you were, you would have said something that night or the next day. It ain't shit to get some more weed. First, pause. What you mean she not a real friend because she didn't say nothing? You not a real friend for stealing her shit. What are you talking about? What? You're delusional. It ain't shit to get some more weed or give you the money for it. But the fact that you complained about every gift this nigga got but now this is a gift. You ain't even say all that. If I knew that, I would have made sure you roll your own shit and smoked my own shit if it's that deep over some weed. I definitely agree, but I'm not saying I'm right at all. I'd be upset, but I just talked to you about it. You coming at me all hostile. You wanted it to be a problem between us. Beside? How you trying to go up on somebody you're not even typing correctly? I think she meant besides. Who are you talking to? Y'all, this girl can't type. She said, B.A., who are you talking to, taking in caps? I guess she was trying to say who you talking to in all caps. Can't be me, and you know it wasn't intentional, and you know our weed was mixed because I needed some to ash in, but I know to never do that with you, and you'll never get the chance again. No way, this over with, but I didn't leave you with shit is a lie. Then gonna bring up some punk ass McDonald's, a $4 ass meal, then go suggest I should get 2 McChickens when I was getting one, and I said I could have waited till I made it home. You offered. You ain't have to get me shit, but I never threw shit in your face, and I'll never fuck with you again after that, because that ain't 100. They're talking about me like you not sitting right below me to them 2 slow ass girls, and you said you and blank, I'm not gonna say the name, not even really friends. So you talking about something so small as sitting on the floor when it was your choice. You definitely talking about more with them about me, and I'm straight on you. I promise you won't ever have to worry about me saying a thing to you. And everybody kept saying you was weird always, and I always defended you. Know that 100 emoji, and I'm not weird like you. Nobody. I'm losing brain cells. Nobody will ever know a problem you/we had that could have been fixed, or you could have opened your fucking mouth. But if you want to fall out over some weed and McDonald's, do you? I really do pray for you though. If we supposed to be like this, you could have easily said something that night, but nah, you want to be funny and petty like I'm posting all about you. I'll never throw no subliminals about my so-called friend. Like the fuck, you weird as hell. Who's that? So then, wait, what did Tay say read? 4 through 6? Let me go back. Yeah, 4 through 6. So, okay, I'm done. So then she said, she then blocked me. So I made a text now debunking everything she said. I know that they don't like too many screenshots, so I wanted to attach them. I like the screenshots, Tay. I like the screenshots. Hello? I told her that I don't have to speak up on her time, and she knows she stole my treat. If I specify how much I wanted to use as my friend, you should abide by that. She was being nosy in my phone while I was in between her legs on the ride to the lake and misread my messages. I told my friends and my boyfriend that I was sitting on the floor in between Vaseline, but it was my choice because the car was full. I don't know what she read, but her logic, why would she not speak up if she thought that I was talking about her? She saw her name and just assumed that I was talking about her. I feel like she only got that guilty because she was talking about me. Vaseline knew she was wrong because she admitted it. Screenshot 7. Hold on. So, is this on? I don't know what this is on. Facebook Messenger? I'm not sure. So Tay said, you sound dumb, then tried to block me once you got, oh no, she said she made a text number. You sound dumb, then tried to block me once you got the little paragraph off. My jar was empty. If we supposed to be like this, motherfuckers wouldn't take advantage of me. How about that? So that's when he said, you not a real friend because you waited a week knowing how you felt that night, acting like everything was cool and fine. That shit ain't right. I got a problem. I say that shit as soon as I got a problem. Then again, it's some weed. Weed get bought every day. Be for real. I said you not wrong. I said I know I'm not right for that, but you know it wasn't intentional, and I'm wrong about them, but I'm right about what he said. She said, you knew you smoked all my weed. And you wasn't right about what, oh, the message got cut off. My thing is, Vaseline is trying to make this about she got a problem because you waited so long to speak up, right? And my thing is, you cannot tell somebody when they're supposed to speak up about something, number one. And number two, it's given like she's gaslighting, because like, how you mad that I'm mad that you stole from me and you supposed to be my friend? Like, just say, my bad, I was wrong, I should have never did that, how can I repay you, I'm gonna get you some more. Like, it's like she's trying to be like, how you getting defensive and mad at me, but you stole from me? That don't make no sense. So Tay says she didn't have a real argument, and even after blocking me, she continued to text my phone knowing that I couldn't reply. She then unblocked me, but I cut that short and blocked her on everything. If I can't trust you, I have no use for you in my life. Only thing I did wrong was diss her on social media. I can admit it wasn't right. I don't regret it, because I feel like if she replied, all of this could have been avoided. My mom did say that maybe she needed to get her thoughts together, but I don't care. I will say, like, I agree with that. I'm the type of person, whenever I'm into it with somebody, like, it don't matter if this is a friend, a relationship, whatever, I'm the type of person, like, I want to, like, talk about it, like, right now. Because that's what I want to do. And it took me, like, until I was an adult to realize everybody don't want to talk about stuff, like, right then in the moment just because I do. You feel me? Like, yeah, some people do need to, like, walk away, get their thoughts together, get what they want to say together, and then come back and revisit it. But I just be so like, no, let's talk about it now. Let's resolve it now. And like, that's like, you got to respect how somebody wants to move. Like, some people might want to talk about it right now. Some people might not. It's just, that's their prerogative. You feel me? So I do agree with mom when she said that. She said, I knew when I told her what was wrong, we could never be friends again, so it is what it is. Thank you for reading my story. I love you so much, Lo. I love you too, Tay. I just wanted to get this off my chest because I literally have no thoughts of becoming her friend again. Do you think I was wrong though, LOL? I personally feel like she was plotting on me ever since I sent that picture of the tree, because the way she was talking about it and describing it made me feel weird. I also attached myself because I want you to see how I look, LOL. This is from my birthday photo shoot that Vaseline took, LOL. I left a lot out. I hope that it wasn't confusing. If I need to explain anything else, you know I'm in the comments. Yeah, girl, you looked really pretty for your birthday. I don't think that you were wrong. Do I think this was all very petty? Yes, I do. However, I'm not defending Vaseline because you should have never stole from your friend. I feel like, though, if y'all friendship was worth saving, it would have been saved. Like, this was like a whole bunch of miscommunication. I feel like Vaseline was taking accountability for what she did, but not fully. Like, it was like, yeah, I was wrong, but you should have spoken on how you felt, like, right in the moment. Like, but why would you steal from me in the first place? So, I don't know. That's tough because, yeah, if you steal from me one time, I can't trust you again. And what's the point of being friends with somebody that you can't trust? So, I don't know. That's kind of iffy. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. Me personally, knowing how petty I used to be back in the day, I probably would have done some of the same stuff. Because, like, girl, be so fucking for real. Like, be so fucking for real. But, I mean, everything happens for a reason. So, maybe it's, like, a blessing in disguise that y'all not friends no more. Because maybe if she would have got away with that one thing and she stole from me one time, she would have started stealing and never stopped. So, no, friend, I don't think that you was wrong, and that's really unfortunate. I'm sorry that you fell out with your friend behind that, but was she really even a friend to begin with? I don't know. That's looking a little blurry to me, but thank you for sending that in, Tay. You know I love you, and we love reading your stories, girl. Okay, so this next one, ooh, this one is long, y'all. It's like either I always have a whole bunch of short confessions, like back to back in a row, or it'd be a whole bunch of long ones. So this one says, never thought it would happen to me. So they said, hey, Lo, I love you and your channel. Thank you. I love you too. We're besties in my head. Love the vibes. And because we're besties, I'll beat Sean ass for you, girl. I don't care how long ago it was. He pissed me off so bad every time I hear his name in the story time. I feel like it's a whole, like, we hate Sean fan club. And if I really needed y'all to pull up and jump him, y'all really would be down. And I love y'all for that. So she said, anywho, this story time requires a trigger warning because it's about my SA experience. Thank you so much for putting this in the beginning of this. I know some people don't do it, and I be deep in the story before I even get to the trigger warning. So trigger warning, this does contain SA. So if you want to click off, go ahead and do that now. If you want to fast forward to the next one, go ahead and do that now. She said, I recently watched your She Switched Up on Me story time. I don't know how I missed it, but that story made me decide to tell mine. I'm starting a YouTube channel, but this is a story I would never tell with my own face, so I decided to let you share it. Also, no, I've never sent this to anyone else. So this story starts when I was a freshman in college. I attended Blue University for, she told me the name, but I'm not gonna tell y'all the name, on a track scholarship. I had this roommate and best friend called Shu. When I had a big falling out with, who I had a big falling out with towards the end of the first semester. I have so many story times about her, but this isn't one. So when we fell out, I moved rooms and started rooming with some random tennis player whose roommate changed schools. Shu and I met the summer before school and have been attached at the hip ever since. And because of that, we shared all the same friends and acquaintances. We were really big party girls, so when 2 Chainz said the club goes up on a Tuesday, he told no lies. Sometimes we would literally go out 6 days a week. Oh God, insane. Moving forward, there were 2 girls we're gonna call Salt and Pepper that were literally light and chocolate skin, but that's why I gave them those names. I just realized after I named them, just like we were yin and yang, so were they. They stayed in the same dorms as us, and we always saw them at the clubs/parties together. We weren't really friends, but familiar, so we would drink together and sometimes Uber together. When this happened, I'd say we knew them about 2-ish months in. So fast forward, Shu and I had our falling out, boom. One Saturday night, late October, I was outside alone waiting on my Uber to go to some party. Salt and Pepper came over and asked if that party was where I was going. I told them yes. They asked if I wanted to go to a house party with them instead. I loved house parties. It was my preferred party type, and I was solo, so I agreed. In answer, I wish I would have taken back 1,000 times. So I canceled my Uber and hopped in with them. Mind you, I had no idea who, what, when, where we were going. So we arrived at this little townhouse looking situation. I didn't see one light on, and I noticed everyone seemed like they were sleeping. The neighborhood was so quiet. Second red flag. Second red flag. The first one was them having us pregame brown and white on the way there, knowing what we were walking into. So at the same time we reached the door, these 2 guys opened the door and greet us. They lead us upstairs and into a room, the only lit room in the building. In the room, there was a girl and 2 other guys. One of the guys being the R word. The sad part is I don't even remember his name, and I don't think I ever knew Salt and Pepper's real names. So everyone in the room speaks and introduces themselves, and I do the same. There's a little speaker playing music that you could barely hear from the stairs. The 2 guys were sitting on a mattress that sat on the floor, and the girl was sitting on the floor. As you can assume, I'm all kinds of pissed off. I'm already a lightweight, so I'm fucked up from the pregame. Then I walked into bullshit. Sorry for the profanity, girl, you good. So Salt and Pepper and I are sitting on the floor, and the guys pull out an open bottle and start passing it around the room. Now, I know I'm stupid for taking a sip after already being lit. I don't know why I did it. Maybe peer pressure, I don't know. I was 18, and this first semester college experience was my first time partying and drinking because my parents were so strict. So I don't know why I drank it, but I did. And so far, it's been about 10 minutes here, and we were all talking as a group, but me and the guy who did what he did, we're gonna call him Jeffrey. We're kind of talking on our own a bit. I don't know if he was into me because I was tore up or my dress was so little or what, but I did find him attractive, which makes me sick to say now. We were all in that little room no longer than 20 minutes when he asked me to come talk in his room. I didn't want to initially, but Salt and Pepper told me I should, so I went. Salt and Pepper is giving setup vibes, and that's evil as fuck if they really set you up like this. Again, I know, stupid. So we walked across the hall into a dark room. He never turned the light on, and the room was lit by moonlight coming through the open blinds in the window. And in the corner of the room was a deflated air mattress. So we sat against the wall and talked for a few minutes before he leaned in and kissed me. Usually I wouldn't kiss a guy that soon, but I was lit. He was hot. His lips were so juicy and they were already on mine, so I went with it. Side note, at this time I was very slim and tall, weighed no more than 130 pounds. Jeffrey mentioned he played football for, I'm not going to say the school. Oh, she said I can say the school. Jeffrey mentioned that he played football at Alcorn. Yes, his real school, because fuck him. And he was clearly built like a defensive end. He wasn't fat, but he was just really built and solid. He could pick me up easily, and we were about the same height, 5'7". So once the kissing started, he almost immediately started trying to lay me on the carpet. But we had no reason to kiss laying down, so I didn't want to and was resisting. Because of how we were kissing, my back was no longer on the wall. So when I resisted, he literally pushed me on the floor. Now, I was drunk, and maybe that drunk, but definitely had enough sense available to know what was going on. So I told him I didn't want to do that and tried to get up. He literally didn't say a word. He climbed on top of me and pulled my dress up to my stomach. At this point, I'm scared. I'm telling him no, 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 please no, and he doesn't stop. Like he was a robot and on autopilot, programmed to complete his mission. He wasn't even looking in my face. He was focused on what he was doing. I don't know how long it lasted, but once my panties were taken off, I started hitting him. I hit his face, chest, eyes, ears, arms, hands, literally everything I could reach. He didn't pay any hits, any mind, and I feel like I was hitting him the way you hit in dreams. His and dreams never connect the right way and are always too soft. I'm not sure how hard my hits were, but I remember feeling like I was hitting a wall. At this point, I'm screaming. He goes in with no protection, and I literally feel like I died on that floor. I was trying to pull myself from under him, and he was so heavy. And he was moving with me, which ended up giving me carpet burns. While he was doing what he was doing, I was crying and screaming for help. Like, bro, Salt and Pepper didn't hear you. The other people in the room didn't hear you. This is sick as fuck, y'all. And this may sound like so bizarre to some people, but like this is such like a common thing, and it breaks my heart. It literally breaks my heart. And you think like people wouldn't do you like that. No, people not that evil. People are this evil. Y'all didn't hear this girl screaming at the top of her lungs. She's getting violated in the next room. It wasn't no party going on. This was a setup. Y'all hear her screaming. I got goosebumps. Y'all hear her screaming at the top of her lungs and nobody came in and did nothing? That's disgusting. While hitting him and trying to drag myself from under him, I dragged myself across every inch of that floor trying to get away. While on the floor, I could see the light and movement from the other room and sometimes heard laughter. Laughter? Oh my gosh. All it did was make me cry even more after I realized no one was coming to help me. Mind you, I couldn't hear music, but regardless, I know they heard me. While he was on me, I was getting so wet on my body because he was sweating so much, and he didn't say not one word to me the entire time. All the talking we did before, and he took this away from me in silence. The smell of sweat and fish were so strong in that room during. Once he was done, he stood up, got dressed, and walked back to the other room, leaving both doors open and me on the floor crying. I sat up and pulled my dress down and immediately threw up on the floor. I ran out of that townhouse as fast as I could, and when I passed the room with the light, guess what? Literally, the only girl in there was the original girl. Salt and Pepper were gone. When I got outside, I was so cold. I walked around the corner trying to get away from that house. I didn't even care that I was half naked, alone, and in an unknown place in the middle of the night. I am so, can you please DM me on Instagram, please? I am so sorry this happened to you. And you was by yourself. Like, I am so sorry this happened to you. Once I got far enough away, I called a Lyft because there were no Ubers around and went back to my dorm. When I got there, I took a shower and cried myself to sleep silently. I wanted to call Shu or go to her dorm so bad, but I didn't. I think it was my pride, but that's something else I regret because in my heart, I feel like she would have been there for me. After the incident, I didn't see Salt and Pepper for a few weeks. I would only ever see them in passing through the dorm or waiting for Ubers on weekends or at parties, but I didn't see them for a while. I also never went out again. I didn't tell a soul about what happened, and I transferred school after that semester. My dad practically hated me for leaving Blue University and my scholarship. If you asked my family, the school was too hard for me and I gave up. I never bothered telling them the truth about why I left, and I was on the president's list before I left. I took all the bullshit my family gave me for leaving such a good school, as well as trying to forget I ever let something like that happen to me. About a day or so after it happened, I realized I had been smelling fishy downstairs. I was going to the clinic anyway to see if he gave me anything, which thank God he didn't, but I did have a bacterial infection for the first time. I'm usually a fighter, but when I saw Salt and Pepper for the first time since the incident, they didn't say anything to me, not even a hey like before, but I didn't care because I had nothing to say to them either. I thought I'd want to fight, ask them why, something, but I didn't do or say anything, and I don't know why. It's been 6 years since it happened, so I've moved on from it, but I'm definitely not over it. Driving past the university triggers me sometimes when I'm in that city. I told my pops the truth about why I left the school this year, and he was so angry about why I didn't tell him sooner, and he wanted Jeffrey's info, but I told him I didn't know it. I found him on Alcorn's roster back when it happened, but never looked at it again after that day. I'm happy to get this off my chest. I haven't told anyone else this after all this time. I'm just starting to feel comfortable with it being my reality and facing it. Thank you for telling my story. I love you, and I hope I didn't bring your mood down. No, girl, this made me feel so bad, and I'm so sorry that happened to you. It was not your fault. That was not your fault. Please do not walk around with that guilt and that shame, and you thinking, oh, well, I should not have went with them, and oh, I should have just. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. That just broke my heart, and you were alone. You didn't have nobody, and the feeling is all too familiar. And I do hope that since it happened years ago, that because it's like something like that happening to you, you never truly forget about it 100%. It's just kind of like you just learning how to deal with life after going through something traumatic like that. And I'm just so sorry that happened to you. I'm happy that my story and my experience encouraged you to speak up about this, even if it's just to me and my audience. Y'all, please leave her some encouraging words in the comments. Not saying that anybody has to respond back, or I never want anybody to expose their identity, because a lot of these story times are confessions are anonymous. But just drop some encouraging words for our friend, because that took a lot just to even for her to share that to me. Just typing that alone, that I know that was probably really triggering for you. So I'm proud of you for speaking up, and I'm proud of you for sharing that with me, and I appreciate you so much. And if you do just ever want to talk one-on-one, I do want you to message me on Instagram. Please do. I'm so sorry that happened to you. That's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. Please don't ever think that. And I do hope that you are finding peace and healing in this, even though you'll never be able to truly forget about it. And that was so messed up, man. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, friend. Oh, okay, y'all. We got one more story. Actually, y'all, that was just so heavy, and this video is already kind of long anyways. Let's just do 2 confessions today. And not to say that this is her fault or anything. That was a lot. And that was really heavy. And I don't want people to think that like my channel is for anything specific. Like, I want y'all to share all experiences that y'all feel bad for me, good and bad, because that's just what we deal with in life. Like, that's just what we go through in life. And unfortunately, sometimes evil is just around us. Evilness just surrounds us, and people do things like this, and it's not okay. And I want you to advocate for yourself. I want you to speak your truth. I want you to live in your reality, and I want you to become stronger from this. Like, this does not define you. This was not your fault. Like, stories like this and stuff like this happening is way more common than y'all think. And I didn't even realize that until I became like an adult, and I felt comfortable even like talking about my experience. Like, if I never even like paid attention to like social media and stuff, I probably would have still been holding on to my story. And this happened years and years and years ago. I was 14 years old. So yeah, man, I'm sorry if this made anybody's like mood go down. Like she said, that was not my intentions, but I feel like I wouldn't be able to give a new confession my all. So I'm gonna resume 2-3 again next week. So yeah, y'all, I'm so sorry about it. I hope y'all understand. I love y'all so much. Go ahead and drop some comments down below. Talk about Tay's story. Give our friends some encouraging words. Lift her up. Give this video a thumbs up. Turn on your post bell notifications. Make sure you are subscribed. I know you subscribed though, but just double check for me. And yeah, if you ever want to share anything with me, an experience, good, bad, ugly, funny, whatever, send it to that email in the description box. And I'm gonna see y'all next week for 2 brand new videos. Bye, y'all. Oh, and also, if you go out this weekend, please be safe. People be crazy during Halloween time. People are crazy throughout the year, obviously, but be extra careful. Don't drink and drive. Have fun. Have safe fun. And I love y'all. Okay, bye.